This is your News Source Evening Bulletin for today, Thursday, the 12th day of September in the year 2019. Here is what we're tracking tonight. Local telephone company GTT today issued a public apology to consumer rights activist Raymond Gaskin over its e-billing system. The Public Utilities Commission today held a hearing on a complaint that was filed against the company by Mr. Gaskin over the company's decision to move away from issuing regular paper bills and replacing those with electronic bills for its services. Those e-bills will be sent directly to the emails of customers, but some customers like Mr. Gaskin have complained that they prefer the old paper bills that came through the postal service. During the hearing today, Gaskin contended that the format of the e-bills is faulty and does not include or clearly show all the details of the usage of the company's service.
In response to Mr. Gaskin's concern, and primarily in terms of the nature of the hearing, there are a few things that I'd like to indicate. Section 51 of the Public Utilities Commission Act speaks to the obligation of GT&T to be able to bill in this manner. In that section, there is no indication of the manner in which bills are supposed to be stated.
But company officials said customers are not being forced to accept the e-billing service. They pointed out that it is a service that customers would be given the choice to opt into. According to the company's vice president for customer experience, customers still have the choice and there is no charge on the new service. A similar view was shared by the GTT legal officer.
The customer has to accept the terms and conditions prior to them actually taking on the service. So they would have had to read it. They would have had to indicate accept, like it is standard for all online products. When you have terms and conditions, you have to accept it. So then the customer will be aware of it before they enter.
The officials said they would admit that more sensitization could have been done on the e-billing service, and that is something that the company will look at moving forward.
Yes, there was no notification issued to customers, and GTT takes that, and we apologize to Mr. Gaskin for that and to the consumers. However, in terms of the accountability, the particular section speaks to the nature of indicating to the persons what is to be billed, and we have fulfilled that, and we do believe as far as that goes, we are in compliance.
During the hearing, other members of the public, including a former GTT Chief Executive Officer Yug Mahadio, shared their views on the complaint and sought answers to various questions about the services offered by GTT.
I'd like to thank the company and ask the Commission, the consumers, and everybody to recognize electronic advancement is always difficult, the world over. It requires a lot of people to take a step back, to look at what's happening and embrace it. The company is saying that 30% of consumers in Guyana do not have internet access. And of that 30%, 90% might be people who are unable to travel, to go to an office, to have access to a bill or to do something about it. Has there been a consideration for the disabled, for the elderly, or for the people who are unable to move beyond a particular scope, to have access to their detailed billings?
The telephone company maintained throughout the hearing that the e-billing service and mobile money service that form part of the complaint are offered free of cost to customers. More news coming up in just a moment.
Hi Guyana, I am Ambika Ramraj, Miss World Guyana 2018 and your GTT Pinktober Ambassador for 2019. Pinktober is GTT's flagship event aimed at raising cancer awareness and facilitating access to support for all Guyanese. In 2017, we raised $4 million. In 2018, we nearly tripled that amount. Thus, we have been able to continue our fight against cancer by providing support to multiple foundations such as the Giving Hope Foundation and GRPA. This year, our aim is to do even more, but we need your help. Become a corporate sponsor for Pinktober 2019. Visit our website www.gtt.co.gy/Pinktober 2019 for more information on how. GTT is in the business of saving lives, so join us now.
Experience bliss in an exclusive atmosphere as Universe boss Chris Gayle celebrates his 40th birthday in Guyana.
Batman out and stunting. Chris Gayle Kyle kick like dumpling.
40 Shades of Gayle featuring Kess the Band live and in concert.
If you're coming down from the mountain, oh God, oh.
At the Arthur Chung Conference Center on Saturday, 5th October.
Piece of Havana glass. Right now my vibes up are getting on. It's no regrets if tomorrow never comes.
Early bird tickets, $3,000. General, $4,000. Stage front, $10,000. 40 Shades of Gayle. Party with the Universe boss Chris Gayle and a star-studded cast of international cricketers. 40 Shades of Gayle, featuring Kess the Band live and in concert at the Arthur Chung Conference Center on Saturday, 5th October.
All across our nation, Guyana, we see it in your lives. The future growing even stronger. GBTI, all eyes on Guyana skies as the voices of our people rise. Singing GBTI, Guyana's pride is in your eyes. GBTI, we see Guyana through your eyes.
Welcome back, and turning now to the world of politics, opposition leader and General Secretary of the People's Progressive Party, Bara Jagdeo, is holding firm to his position that there should be no merger of the data from house-to-house registration and the existing National Register of Registrants. At his weekly press conference today, Mr. Jagdeo said, in his view, merging the data with the Register of Registrants would damage the integrity of the voters list.
Everywhere where the Carter Center mentioned today, credible elections. Credible elections. We need, but the list, they make it look like the list is not credible. So it's not credible list, credible elections we need. And to do that, there are more things than the list. The list has to be verified. What they're trying to do is to damage the integrity of the list by merging unverified, unscrutinized data that is potentially flawed, bloated because of the enumerators, the 3,400, many who would have made mistakes and all these things too, apart from the obvious, the shenanigans.
The opposition leader contends that there could be a swift verification process of the existing National Register.
We want verified data to move into the database, and that could be done in a swift period through claims and objection. Swiftly through claims and objection, we can have elections before the end of the year. But apart from that, there are other things that are vital to the conduct of elections and credible elections.
It was the chairperson of the Guyana Elections Commission, Justice Claudette Singh, who brought the house-to-house registration exercise to an end and announced that there would be a merging of the data. The Elections Commission is still to agree on a way forward and will meet again tomorrow to further discuss matters related to the hosting of elections. The opposition leader said the GCOM chair has indicated that the commission is working towards hosting elections before the end of this year. The Commission Secretariat has proposed a March 2020 timeline, but that timeline represents just a proposal. Well, let's tell you now that the ExxonMobil company continues with its work towards first oil in the next few months. With 13 oil discoveries already made, equaling over 5.5 billion barrels, the company is forging ahead with oil production. Speaking recently at a welcome reception for the Liza Destiny oil production vessel, Exxon's country manager Rod Hedson said as first oil approaches, the workers of the company have been pushing harder.
This year marks 20 years for our upstream business, helping Guyana find and develop its petroleum natural resources. We have so much to celebrate, and the path in front of us is bright. I believe this partnership, though, has its best and most productive decades ahead.
Exxon has indicated that over 1,000 Guyanese have found employment in the oil industry, and there will be many more opportunities created in the coming months.
The Liza well was successful, the first commercial oil discovery in Guyana. It was just a little more than 4 years ago in May of 2015, but we have made remarkable progress since then. And as we get closer to first oil, day by day, we are working as one team with our prime contractors like SBM Offshore, Technip FMC, Saipem, and Guyana Shore Base Incorporated. And we rely heavily on our Guyanese workforce and local suppliers. More than 1,300 Guyanese have contributed to this project so far, including 300 women. And over 500 local companies, both large and small, have provided goods and services to make this achievement possible.
The Liza Destiny vessel is expected to produce up to 120,000 barrels of oil per day. Other oil production vessels are expected. Finance Minister Winston Jordan has declared that Guyana is no one's cash cow, and partnerships between foreign investors and locals must be encouraged. He made the remarks yesterday while commending the Massey Company for partnering with local manufacturers and farmers as the company expands its superstores in Guyana.
We are no one's cash cow, and I wish to reiterate, we welcome all investments. But partnerships between the foreign investor and the locals must be encouraged and developed as an integral part of doing business in Guyana. I hope our forthcoming local content legislation will provide clarity to this very important requirement. Partnership and profit are not anathema. It is a win-win for all. Supporting local producers while balancing variety, cost, and convenience works out best all round. The farmer that has a contract with Massey stores to supply pumpkins is assured of a ready market and can therefore cultivate his crop and look forward to an assured income.
The minister said Guyanese-made products must be treated better, and he made specific reference to some of the products sold aboard Caribbean Airlines.
You may know, but I'm telling you, I'm a frequent user of Caribbean Airlines BW526 Georgetown to New York non-stop service. On this leg of the flight, Caribbean Airlines has introduced the sale of Trinidadian edibles. I call it pepper channel, such as pepper channel. I applaud this innovative marketing of Trinidadian products on a Trinidadian airline. Yet, I could not fail to observe that while Guyana has been described as the airline's cash cow, no thought was given to selling a few Guyanese products on that leg of the flight. I have been to several supermarkets and have seen the contempt with which local products are treated. This cannot continue.
Jordan said the government is putting the necessary infrastructure in place to foster sustainable growth and economic development across the country. In the courts, 20-year-old Sion Ray of All Boys Town was today sentenced to 3 years in jail after he was found guilty of robbing a couple of over $70,000 in cash and valuables at a Kingston seawall. The incident occurred back in June of this year. Ray was originally charged with another man, Navin Ali. However, Ali pleaded guilty when he was first charged and has been serving time in jail ever since. It was explained to the court that the two men attacked a young couple at the Kingston seawalls at gunpoint and forced them to hand over all of their money and valuables. The two were later identified and arrested. During one of their court appearances, the two convicts escaped from police custody, but were recaptured moments later, not too far from the courthouse. Across the Region is coming up next.
Securing the best healthcare facility for you and your family is important. At Balwansing Hospital, we take pride in giving you the best healthcare at unbeatable prices. We offer a 24-hour emergency care, a well-equipped ambulance, the best group of international doctors. Whatever your medical needs are, we are here to make sure you're taken care of like family. From eye care to dental service, the best, most experienced gynecologist, pediatric care, skin care, well-trained radiologist, and a trauma center. Our goal is to get you healthy so you can live a healthier life. Balwansing Hospital, caring for you and your family by offering healthcare at unbeatable prices. Live, love, and enjoy life. Call 226-4279 or visit us at 314 East Street, Georgetown. Balwansing, best healthcare at unbeatable prices.
Fuel it up and win. Let's right. Fuel it up and win.
Yes, you heard right. Fuel up at Guy Oil $5,000 or more and enter to win. Tune in to Jumpstart on 94.1 FM Monday and Friday to receive your call to win big. Check Facebook for participating locations and more details.
Protect your fuel system, boy. High mileage and performance, boy. Fuel it up and win.
We are legions of men standing strong, but never too proud to stoop and help someone. We must send a clear signal to all. Do right, walk in upright ways, knowing that's what being a man is all about. And ever aware that things will only get worse when good men do nothing. Stand strong, be the one to live right.
Across the region right now, Twitter has suspended several accounts run by the Cuban government, including those of state-run media and of officials, including the daughter of the Communist Party leader Raul Castro. The social media giant cited violations of its policies. The move came just as President Miguel Diaz-Canel made a televised statement about potential fuel shortages in Cuba. Cuba's pro-government journalists union denounced the suspensions as massive censorship. The Cuban president's account was not suspended, and he used it to share the journalists' union's statement. A Twitter spokesman did not give specific examples of where its rules had been broken, but the official said the company's platform manipulation policies prohibit users artificially amplifying or disrupting conversations by using multiple accounts. Over in Dominica, the government has, with immediate effect, reintroduced visa requirements for Haitian nationals entering Dominica. According to a release issued by the Ministry of Justice, Immigration and National Security, the restrictions do not apply to Haitian nationals who are holders of a diplomatic or official passport, or to business persons who are holders of a US, UK, Canadian, or Schengen visa. The ministry advised that people who intend to sponsor Haitian nationals should be aware of the seriousness and obligations of that responsibility and should ensure that they educate themselves on the relevant laws and procedures involved. And finally tonight, international news. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has flatly denied a report that his country was spying on the United States. A Politico article cites 3 former US officials who say Israel was likely behind surveillance devices found near the White House. But a statement from Mr. Netanyahu's office said this was a blatant lie. He said there is a long-standing commitment and a directive from the Israeli government not to engage in any intelligence operations in the US. BBC reporters have contacted the State Department for comment. Israel is days away from a general election, with Mr. Netanyahu fighting to hold on to his office. The allegations appeared in an exclusive story for the US news website Politico earlier today. International mobile subscriber identity catchers, informally known as stingrays, were reportedly found near the presidential residence and by other sensitive sites across Washington. The devices act like mobile phone towers, tricking phones into sending their location, identity information, and even call contents and data usage. And that's your News Source Evening Bulletin for tonight. I'm Gordon Mosley reporting.